What's up, guys? Lone Driver Mike again, bringing you another video. Guys, how's it hanging? In this video, I'm just going to complain about a customer, and then I'm going to also give you guys some advice some advice for the customers as well. Yeah, I'm in SAC today. I started about 11:15. I stopped now about 3:45, so I did about 4.5 hours. I made $91. That's about $20 an hour. And I ran, I ended up making about, sorry about that. I made about 63 off Doordash, and Grubhub I made about 20, what was it, 23 plus 5, so 28 on Grubhub. So not too bad. But yeah, lately Doordash, it's been hard to get on the schedule. And I thought I scheduled for Napa at 11 a.m., 11:30 a.m., but it was actually 11 p.m. So I'm so glad I didn't make the trip down there, because if you can't get on the schedule, because Napa you can only do, I can't get on my Caviar, my Grubhub down there. So it kind of sucks. I can only rely on Doordash. So, you know, I can't just head down there and hopefully it turns red. But thankfully it turned red. Did it turn red? Or yeah, it turned red, so I ended up getting on. There was a $1 bonus from 11 till like 1:30, so I got like 5 orders in between that time, so I got $5 bonus. And the cool thing about Doordash is now you don't have to qualify for the bonus anymore. Like you used to be, you got to accept at least 80% of the orders. Now you can decline all you want, and so as long as you accept the order and complete it, you get an extra $1 for that order. But the other ones that you decline, it doesn't affect your that if you qualify or not. Before, you had to accept at least 80% of all orders, all incoming orders. You had to accept at least 80%. Now that doesn't matter, so that's kind of cool. So I'm like, oh hell yeah! So I qualified for a $5 bonus. And yeah, I ended up getting a big order today. It was 20 items from an Asian restaurant, and wasn't ready. I was very disappointed, because now what Doordash is doing is, if it's a big order, if I'm on time, I get like $3 extra. And the order wasn't ready, so I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna get my $3. It's a $3 on-time bonus. So as long as you're on time, you get extra $3. So I didn't qualify for that. So it was about a $140 order. It was a lot of soups, just some Asian soups. I forgot what it was, ramen or something like that. But anyways, and then I got to the restaurant, and it wasn't ready. So I was like, man, this sucks. But I had a safe parking spot, legal parking spot, so I didn't have to worry about that or anything. Because sometimes if it takes too long, I have to repark it, you know, because I'm going to get a ticket, you know. But, yeah, so finally when it was ready, I was counting the items, and I'm like, there's only 12 items here. Then I saw a little like real small container, so I'm like, are these the sides? I mean, it added up to almost 20 items. So I'm like, and then I saw side egg, so I'm like, okay, they probably just put the egg inside of the bowl, a little soup bowl or whatever. The entree or whatever. So I'm like, I asked the girl, I'm like, can we go over the order real quick? Usually I just use my phone, and I say, okay, you know, let's just go over the order real quick. You know, like just point out, okay, this is that, this is that, this is that. And that's all I needed her to do. But she wanted to do her own thing. So she pulled out her receipt. The items are so small that I can't even read what it's saying. And I was trying to show her my app. I'm like, hey, so this item right here for this person. Because sometimes if it's a big order from like a company, they'll tell the restaurant to like label the names and everything. Some restaurants don't, but some do. So I'm like, hey, this order for this person. So this egg, is this just one item because they put it inside of the bowl or what? I was trying to get her to look at my app. You know what I'm saying? And she wouldn't do it. She's like, hold on, honey. Hold on, dear. Let me finish this. I'm like, what the? And she was just marking off and like going through, but she was going off what her receipt was, and her receipt looked like different than mine. And I'm like, look, I got 20 items. I'm just trying to confirm on my app. All I needed her to do was point out, like, okay, this is this item, this is that. Okay, so, oh, see this item, this is this container. Okay, so then I would have understood, like, okay, it's all here. And then if something was missing, she would have been like, oh yeah, actually we are missing this item. That's all I needed her to do. But basically, she took her receipt, started like, and she like ripped up the bag. She opened the bag that was already tied, and I'm like, dude, you just tampered with the. I mean, she didn't tamper with it, but you know, she's the manager. She works with the restaurant, so she knows what she's doing. But you know, she just literally tore the bag open, was like, and she literally didn't even look at me. She didn't even communicate with me. And I'm the one asking, like, what is here? What is there? Like, are we missing anything? And she wouldn't even look at me. She's like, hold on, let me just check all this off. And she was just going off her receipt. And that really pissed me off. So I'm like, it doesn't matter what she did or did not do. I don't know for sure. Because unless she looks at me and says, okay, Mike, let's go over the order together with your app. Because that's how I figure out what's there and what's not there. My receipt, the customer's order is on my phone. So I'm like, hey, this 20 items. Let's go through each item. You point out, okay, they ordered 6 bowls or 12 bowls. The 12 bowls are here because I can count them easily. Now let's go over those little tiny containers. You know, what is which is which. That's all I wanted to do. And she wouldn't do that. She just like ignored me and was like checking off and just looking. And I mean, that's all good and all, but that doesn't help me at all. So I'm just like, okay. So I was pissed. I'm just like, after that, I didn't even look at her. I'm just like checking my phone. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna be like really late and everything. And she's like, okay, so did that help you out? I just lied. I'm just like, yeah, thank you. Thanks for checking. Yep. So, you know, she didn't even confirm with me. She didn't even check my app because I had 20 items on my app. And on her receipt, it was just a paper receipt. I couldn't read it. She didn't compare she didn't do nothing. She's just like, check mark. Oh, okay, it's all good. I checked it. It's all good. She's like, anything else? I'm like, no, I guess not. Guess not. Everything good, I guess. I could have swore I saw a drink on there, but I didn't see a drink. So I think they were missing something. So I was just pissed. So I'm like, you know what? Because after she was done, she finally looked at me. She's like, okay, anything else? And I wanted to say, look, I want to go over the order, but we have to go over the order through my phone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, I just wasted another additional 10 minutes by whatever the hell she was doing, checking the order off on her freaking receipt, which is good and all. If her receipt matched my app, then that's fine. But I needed to confirm. I needed to know because I counted 12 items and little tiny containers, which was about maybe 5 or 6. So there wasn't 20 items. So I don't know. So after she finished, I'm just like, whatever, man. I'm not even gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just like, all right, thank you. She just wasted 10 minutes for no reason. So then when I got to the customer, I told him because I felt bad and everything. I said, hey, just a heads up, I want to apologize for being late. She's like, oh, it's fine. I said, nah, I mean, I know you say it's fine, but it wasn't cool because the order wasn't ready. They were backed up, and then the lady didn't listen to me. I said, let's go over the order. And she didn't confirm with me the items on my app. She was going off her receipt and just check and mark everything. And you know what I'm saying? So I told the customer, I said, hey, I think something's missing here. I was honest. I'm like, I tried to check the order. She wouldn't confirm with me. She ignored me. So, and I was honest with the customer. She's like, wow, that was rude of them to do that. I'm like, yeah, all I needed them to do was to confirm off my app. That's it. She don't need to pull out her receipt and do her own thing. I needed to confirm on my app. That's it. And once I confirm it, I can click it, so I know we have everything. So the customer was like, okay, whatever. And so she ended up checking everything, and I'm like, and I showed her my app. I'm like, look, this is 20 items. I counted 12 here, but then I think one customer wanted to add an egg, so the egg went inside the bowl. So 2 items is inside of one. You know what I'm saying? One little egg, you know. And then these other containers, and so they were checking it out. They're like, yeah, it looks like it's all there. I'm like, okay, cool. So I ended up getting $20. I think about 21, maybe 22 bucks for a $142 order. But I didn't get the $3 because I was late because the restaurant made me late. But it's all good. And then, yeah. And then let me tell you about this. What happened today? I got a Grubhub, right? And anyways, it was from Old Spaghetti Factory, and it was only 2 items. So I got it, and I got there, and it wasn't ready. So I had to wait a little bit. Once it was ready, I confirmed the order and made sure everything was there. The pasta, the salad, pasta, salad, bread. They get side bread. So they got everything. So signed the ticket. Old Spaghetti Factory, to make you sign it, do everything. All right, it's all there. Boom, got in my car, went to go drop it off. They're at they're not a hotel, they're at an apartment, but where they're at exactly is kind of hard parking, so I kind of went around the block a little bit, trying to park somewhere where it's legal. Now, if I'm going to take a long time, I try not to park in red zones or police. Sometimes I'll even park inside of a police parking only. But I only do that if I'm going to be real quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't mess around. I mean, most times I find illegal parking and I'm quick and fast about it. But every now and then you'll find you find out the drop off is in a weird area, so you might have to park in the alley or go on the next, instead of, say your the address is on 17th and Capitol, like I'm right now. Say the address is 17th, but there's no parking on 17th, but they're on the corner, but you see parking right here on Capitol. Watch out, dude. So you just park on Capitol, and then you walk around, and then you deliver it. You see, that's what I usually do. I just find a safe parking and make sure it's legal and make sure my car is good. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. So I did that. I text the customer that I'm here, I arrived. Then I also clicked on the app that I arrived, so they got notified twice. And I checked my app. I'm like, okay, I'm on time. Everything's good. Then, I had to wait at the gate, and then he opened it. It was an old man with the cane. I don't care. Doesn't matter, what race, how old you are. I'm always nice and polite to everybody. Don't matter how young, how old, race, color, religion, Muslim. I don't care. I'm always nice to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Always. Gay, LGBT, whatever. Doesn't matter, politics. I'm always nice to every customer. Because I don't get into, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I'm nice to all my customers. So anyways, he opened it. The first words out of his mouth. There's a glare. I don't know if you guys can see me. But anyways, the first words out of his mouth is it hot? Is it hot? So I'm like, I stood there for a minute. I'm like, yeah. And he repeated it again. Are you sure? Is it hot? I'm like, fuck this mother. And as soon as he opened the door, I was nice. I said, hello, sir. How are you? Well, first he said, are you Grubhub? I said, yes, sir. How are you doing today? I'm like, how's your day going? And all of a sudden, his response was, after that I said that, how was your day? How are you doing? Yeah, I'm with Grubhub. How are you? You know what I'm saying? His first response was, is it hot? Just in kind of like an aggressive tone. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm thinking in my head, I already checked. I know I'm not late and shit. So I'm like, what the So then my response is like, yeah. And I kind of give an attitude just because it's kind of like, I'm nice, polite. I show up on time. I text you that I arrive and you got notified on the app. And he's just like, is it hot? Is it hot? What the fuck does that mean? It should be hot. If it's not hot, it means the restaurant messed up. I don't know. They made it right away, and then, so what the hell? I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then, what else did he say? Then he said, well, you're supposed to call me. You guys didn't call me. I don't know why you didn't call me. You're supposed to call before you get here and everything like that and shit. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? I mean, if he thought I was late, he should have said, oh, you were late and you didn't call. And I said, okay, sir, I'm not late or anything. Well, I didn't say that. I should have. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. What the hell this dude's problem was. When someone says, is it hot? Is it hot? That kind of like, he's kind of like indirectly saying, oh, you were late. Which I wasn't late. I was on time. He ordered at 2:13 and I dropped it off at 2:43. So like 30 minutes later. And I checked the app, after I gave him the food just to confirm, and it said I was on time. So I'm like, what the hell? And he's like, oh yeah, you were supposed to call and everything. I'm like, I notified you on the app that I was arrived, that you know, you ordered through Grubhub, right? Because as soon as he opened the door, he's like, oh, are you Grubhub? So he must have ordered from the Grubhub app. He didn't order off the restaurant. Or maybe he did. I don't know. It's so weird, man. He was being so rude to me. I didn't even do anything. Asked me, oh, is it hot and shit. What the fuck does that even mean, man? Like, is it because, oh, you think I'm late or something? I mean, if you want to ask me, oh, are you late, or you know, or oh, I think you're late, or why do you take so long? I'd show you my phone, man. I have proof of everything. All these apps, they show you when the pickup was, the drop-off is. Even Grubhub, the cool thing about Grubhub is it shows the time when the customer made the order, placed the order online through the app. You know what I'm saying? It said customer placed the order, or order placed. It said 2:13. And when I dropped it off, I checked the time. I'm like, what the hell? What's this guy talking about? 2:43. So that's exactly 30 minutes. I don't know how long they told him, but on my app it said it was on time. That's what my app said, is I was exactly on time. So, you know, sometimes Old Spaghetti Factory, it's pasta, it's Italian, so it does take time and everything like that. So I'm like, what the fuck? This guy thinks you can order a food and get it in 15 minutes? Oh, what do you think? You ordered pasta and all this kind of stuff, shrimp scampi and all this. They get the order. They got to put it in the computer. That might take 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because they might be on the phones or whatever. And they got to put in the order. Then it gets shipped to the order gets rang into the kitchen. Then the cook's got to make it. You know what I'm saying? And they might have orders in front of that order. So they got to make those order first. So I'm like, to be honest with you, 30 minutes? If you order food at 2:15 and you get it at 2:45 in 30 minutes, that's damn good, man, for delivery. When I used to work at Blue Sky and the Chico's, we would tell the customers an hour, because we know we got to give them enough time, because you got to cook it, and then you got to pick up the food, and you got to drop it off, and all that. And then you got to check the order, make sure it's all there. So that takes a while, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this mother, man, some like old dude, man. I was like, and you know, he had a cane, so I understand, you know. But as soon as I arrived at the gate, he like opened the door like he was already there, or he knew I was coming, or he got notified on the app that I was there. So that's why he started coming down. So I was trying to text the customer a little bit ahead of time. Like, oh, I've arrived, and it takes me a minute to get out of my car and walk over there. You know, just so I'm not sitting there waiting. You know, I text, you know, at the right time. You know. So he's just like, is it hot and shit? I'm like, what the fuck? He didn't say shit, but he's like, is it hot? Is it hot? I'm like, no, sir, it's hot and fresh. It's ready, you know. And, you know, I should have said, are you saying I'm late? I didn't want to create conflict, but you know, if you think I'm late, or you think I'm late, you just tell me, oh, you're late. I'm show you on my app, on the Grubhub app. It says, order you. I should have told him, sir, you placed the order at 2:13. It's now 2:45. So you get your order 30 minutes later. You know they got to cook it. You know I got to pick it up. You know I got to come drop it off. And I got to find parking. I can't just park wherever the hell I want. Where his apartment's at, it's set on it's right next to a light rail. So I can't just park right there. The light rail, the train's going to slam into my car. So I can't park on that street. So you got to find a side street to park on. So I parked on the side street, so that took me a minute. But you see what I'm talking about? I wasn't even late. And then he starts talking about, why didn't you call me? You're supposed to call me and everything. I'm like, sir, you ordered off Grubhub. I did not see no note to call you. You didn't leave no note to call you. He's like, no, you guys always call me. You guys are supposed to know to call me and all this. And then he started saying something about, oh, well, I don't have the app. I don't have an app and everything. How did you order Grubhub then? That's how you order Grubhub, through the app. What the hell is this dude talking about? So I don't know if there was miscommunication because he's an old man, 80 years old and shit. I'm like, what the? He must have known that I was coming, because we met each other almost simultaneously. I can't say that word. simultaneously. Sorry. I used to have a speech problem. Some words I can't say. Simultaneously. Okay? We showed up simultaneously. So he must have got notified. He must have got my text message. He must have got his, the app must have told him on Grubhub that I arrived, because I pressed arrived on there's a button that you press arrive. On DoorDash, there's no arrive button. It just automatically tracks the driver, and then when I get close, it sends a text message, oh, your driver's here now. But on Grubhub, you have to press that arrive button, and I did press the arrive button, and I texted him, hey, this is Mike from Grubhub, I arrived now. So he got notified twice. So he's telling me, oh, why didn't you call and stuff? First he's saying, oh, is it hot? Then he's saying, oh, you didn't call me and everything. You're supposed to call me before you come and everything when you arrive. And I'm like, sir, I didn't get no note or anything. And you got notified twice, so I don't understand. He's like, no, you guys always call and everything. I don't use the app. I don't have an app and everything. I'm like, okay, well, I guess next time I'll try to remember. But, how many orders I take every day? That's why if you need me to call you, you have to write it in the fucking notes. Man, that old man was pissing me off. I was nice, I was polite, I was on time, and he gets mad because he's saying, oh, is it hot, thinking it's cold. Then he starts saying, oh, you didn't call me. What the fuck is this dude talking about? He didn't seem like a crazy old man, or he has dementia. He seemed sane, and he just thought I was late, or he's just having a bad day or something. Then he's getting pissed off because I didn't call him. Like, dude, this is 2000 and this is 2020. This is 2000. This is the year 2019. This is the year 2020, man. People don't call each other no more. They just send a text message. You have your app. He must have been able to, maybe you can order online on the computer, but how did he know that I was already there? You see what I'm talking about? So he probably just lied and just wanted to give me a hard time. He's saying, oh, why didn't you call me? If you want me to call you, that's why I was like, sir, I didn't get no notification to call you. We're not supposed to call the customer. He's like, yeah, you are. You're supposed to call me. I said, no, we're not supposed to call you unless you tell us in the app or you text me. He's like, I don't have your number. I'm like, what the hell? What do you mean you don't have my number? I have your number, so you have my number. You can call the driver and say, hey, before you arrive, just call me and I'll come down. That's all you have to do. If you forget to put it in the notes. He didn't put it in the notes. He didn't notify me to call him. So how am I supposed to know I'm supposed to call you? You see what I'm talking about? That old man really pissed me off. I'm like, what the fuck? He's saying, oh man, is it hot and everything? Is it hot? Of course it's hot. What the hell? It hasn't been waiting. As soon as I picked it up, I went straight to your house. About 1.5 miles away, so what are you talking about? Is it still hot? What the fuck are you talking about? I was on time and everything, and I was nice and polite to him. As soon as I arrived, I was nice and polite. I started getting pissed because he was saying, oh, is it hot still? And you were supposed to call me and everything. And I was trying to be real calm about it. I'm like, sir, I did not get a note to call you or anything. I checked my app. I did everything correct. I checked the notes. There were no notes. And I'm on time and I'm at the right place. And I text you and the app notified you on the app. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, oh, I don't have the app and everything. So I was like, all right, next time I'll try to remember. But it's best in the future to put the notes in and all that. And he just got mad and he left. I'm just like, what the fuck, this old man. I just cannot even believe the way he was acting and saying all this shit to me. I'm like, what the fuck is this old man? How did you order Grubhub if you don't have a phone? It doesn't make any sense. He must have got notified because he opened the door. Maybe he was waiting there, but he got notified on the app, on the phone, because I pressed arrive on the Grubhub app and I texted him that I arrived. And you can't order food. You cannot order food unless you put your correct address and your correct phone number. Because when I text the number, it connects to their cell phone. You see what I'm talking about? So he's saying all this shit. Oh, is it still hot? Why didn't you call me and everything? You're supposed to call me. I'm not supposed to call you unless I can't find the location or your address, or it's a gate and I have to call you to, or Or second, that you tell me to call you in the app. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say I can't get into the building. Like I just had a drop off right now at the hospital, and the dude said you can't leave your car, so the customer has to come out and grab the order from your car. You can't even step out, or we're going to tow your car. So they're strict. So that's it. So then I called the customer and told him about it. I said, you got to come out and get the food. Oh, that's mine. Yeah. I was like, oh, is that the customer's drink? So yeah, you see what I'm saying? So if you want us to call you guys, you got to put it in the notes. Like, or you could even just call the restaurant, and when I get there, they can relay the message. Oh, this customer wants you to call him, like when you leave the restaurant, and tell him how long it's going to take. I mean, he's acting like I'm late and everything, and the food's cold, and saying, why didn't you call me? I was not late, 30 minutes. You ordered at 2:15 and you got it at 2:45. And as soon as I got down there, you know, he opened the door and he's like, oh, you're Grubhub? I said, yeah. Oh, is it still hot? Oh, you didn't call me. What the fuck is this guy, man? So seriously, guys, if you're the customer and you're ordering, if you need us to call you, you got to put it in the notes, man. And if you forget to do that, it's fine. Call the restaurant and say, I just ordered Grubhub. All right? I just want to know how long, and they'll even tell you how long. And the app's supposed to tell you how long. 30 minutes for delivery? That's fucking fast. What are you talking about? What is this old man smoking crack or something? I mean, 30 minutes is quick. Then he's getting pissed off because I didn't call him. Excuse me, I actually text you, and you got notified by Grubhub that I'm here now. So what are you talking about, bro? So, fucking, that just really pissed me off. So anyways, if you are a customer, I don't care if you're doing Grubhub or Doordash, Caviar, you know, if you need us to call you or something, I mean, usually I call if I can't get into the apartment or if there's a gate. I always call when I get there. It's like, oh, I can't get up. I always call. Or, you know, I just give them a text message so that they can meet me at the gate. And he's just like, oh, you didn't call. You're supposed to know to call me. I'm like, you got notified to show up, you know, that I'm here now. You see what I'm talking about? So, man, that really pissed me off right now. But anyways, I just had to make a quick little video because that was just on my mind, and I'm just like, I have to talk about this, man. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching my video. Guys, if you have any experiences about customer getting pissed off because you didn't call or you didn't text ahead of time, or, you know, put your comments below. I like to hear other people's stories, because, man, I don't know what is wrong with that old man. I wasn't late or anything. 30 minutes on time from the time he placed the order to the time he got his food was exactly about 30 minutes, maybe 32 minutes to be exact. And he's over here getting pissed off, saying, is the food, you know, is the food still hot, and you didn't give me a call. I text you, dude, and you got notified, and I'm on time. So what the fuck is wrong with you? You see what I'm talking about? Man, fuck you. That just pissed me off. Anyways, guys, please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, guys, that's it. That's all I've got to say. All right, guys, peace out, and see you.